What if the next big foldable phone from Samsung doesn't come with the chip everyone was expecting, especially in the United States? That might be the case with the Galaxy Z Flip 7, and it could disappoint a lot of fans. Samsung is getting ready to launch its new foldables, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and the Galaxy Z Flip 7, in less than 2 months. These will be the company's top phones until the Galaxy S26 series shows up sometime next year. But the latest leak suggests that one major piece of hardware might be missing from the US version of the Flip 7. At first, things sounded normal. A report from South Korea said Samsung would follow its usual plan, use 2 different chips depending on the region. The Galaxy Z Flip 7 was expected to come with Qualcomm's powerful Snapdragon 8 Elite in the United States and Samsung's own Exynos 2500 in other parts of the world. That wouldn't be surprising. Samsung has done that for years. In fact, every Samsung flagship in the US usually gets the Snapdragon version. But now, a new report is shaking things up. Apparently, new firmware files for the US version of the Galaxy Z Flip 7 show something unexpected. Instead of Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite, the US version of the phone is also running the Exynos 2500 chip. If this turns out to be true, it would mean Samsung plans to ship the Galaxy Z Flip 7 with the Exynos processor across all markets, including North America. That's a huge change, and it's not sitting well with fans who were hoping for Qualcomm's latest and greatest. So why would Samsung do this? One theory is that Samsung is worried about how hot the Snapdragon chip gets. Foldable phones like the Flip 7 are designed to be super thin, which leaves less room inside for cooling systems. If the Snapdragon 8 Elite runs too hot under pressure, it could lead to problems with performance or battery life. It's not confirmed yet, but if Samsung's testing found that the chip couldn't stay cool in a thin device, that might explain the switch to Exynos. Still, this move could frustrate US customers. For years, many tech-savvy users have preferred Snapdragon chips because they often perform better and are more power-efficient than Samsung's Exynos versions. And even though the average user may not notice a difference in day-to-day use, those who follow mobile tech closely will likely feel let down if the Flip 7 in the US comes with Exynos instead of Snapdragon. It also brings up questions about the Galaxy Z Fold 7. Will it follow the same path and drop Snapdragon in all markets too? So far, that's unclear. Leaks suggest the Fold 7 will still come with the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip globally, but until Samsung makes it official, nothing is guaranteed. If Samsung ends up using Exynos in both models everywhere, that would mark a major change in how the company handles its flagship devices. Looking for a budget smartphone that doesn't feel cheap? Huawei has come out with something that might just catch your attention. The new Huawei Nova Y73 is now available globally and brings together solid features at an affordable price. It's basically the international version of the Huawei Enjoy 80, which was earlier limited to China. Now users around the world, including those in Pakistan, can get their hands on it. The Nova Y73 comes with a stylish build and a large 6.67-inch screen. It uses an IPS LCD panel that offers a resolution of 720 by 1604 pixels and a 90 Hz refresh rate. That means smoother scrolling and a better experience when watching videos or playing games. Plus, with a peak brightness of 1000 nits, the display stays readable even under bright sunlight. You can pick from 2 colors, light blue and black. The light blue version has a plaid texture on the back, giving it a fresh look, while the black one has a smooth matte finish with a gradient effect. The phone weighs around 203 grams and measures 166 by 76.6 by 8.3 millimeters, making it comfortable to hold and easy to carry. On top of that, it has an IP64 rating, which gives it some protection against dust and light splashes, handy for everyday use. Inside, the Nova Y73 runs on the Kirin 710A chipset. It's built using a 14-nanometer process and includes an octa-core setup that handles day-to-day tasks well. Alongside 8 GB of RAM, it gives a smooth experience whether you're switching between apps, streaming videos, or playing casual games. You can choose from 2 storage options, 128 GB or 256 GB, though there's no micro SD card slot, so expanding storage later isn't possible. The device runs on Android 12 with Huawei's EMUI 15 skin on top, offering a familiar and user-friendly layout with some Huawei-specific features built in. For those who enjoy taking pictures, the phone has a 50-megapixel main camera on the back with an f1.8 aperture. It supports phase detection autofocus, which helps capture clear and sharp images. Features like HDR and panorama are also available for better photography options. On the front, there's an 8-megapixel selfie camera with an f2.0 aperture, suitable for taking selfies or making video calls. Both cameras are capable of recording 1080p video at 30 frames per second. Battery life is one of the key highlights of this phone. It comes with a 6620 mAh battery, which can easily last more than a full day with average use. Whether you're watching videos, browsing social media, or just texting, you won't need to worry about charging often. And when you do need to top up, the 40-watt fast charging support ensures it won't take long to get back up and running.
Huawei is back in the spotlight, and this time, it's their upcoming phone, the Pura 80 Ultra, that's drawing all the attention. With fresh leaks making waves online, tech fans are getting a clearer picture of what Huawei might be planning. The company is well known for its impressive smartphone cameras, and now it seems they're taking a new turn, focusing not just on power, but also on design and usability. Most people expected the Pura 80 Ultra to come with a large camera bump, like many other high-end phones, but new reports suggest something completely different. A reliable source on Weibo has revealed that Huawei might be introducing an ultra-thin camera design. This is quite a shift from the norm, especially since bigger camera modules are usually linked to better performance. Huawei, however, seems determined to offer both. A slim phone with a camera setup that can still compete with the best. So, what could this thin design be hiding? According to leaks, Huawei has been working on some serious camera upgrades. One of the most exciting rumors is about a new CMOS telephoto lens that supports multiple focal lengths. This means better zoom performance, clearer images at various distances, and more flexibility for mobile photography. It's the kind of lens that can give users more control without the usual size increase that comes with such features. There's also talk about a periscope-style telephoto camera with variable zoom levels. If this is true, it would be a major step forward from fixed zoom systems. Users would be able to take sharper photos both up close and from far away without switching lenses or compromising on quality. Huawei seems focused on creating a more professional camera experience in a phone that still feels light and slim. Another major point of interest is the main camera sensor. Leaks suggest Huawei could be using a self-developed 1-inch sensor. If this turns out to be true, it would bring noticeable improvements in low-light photography, image detail, and color accuracy. What makes this more impressive is the idea that Huawei could be doing all this without a big, bulky camera bump. The decision to focus on a thinner design isn't just about looks. It's also practical. A slimmer camera setup means the phone is more comfortable to hold and easier to carry around. It fits better in your pocket and feels more balanced in your hand. Huawei seems to understand that while users love advanced features, they also care about how a phone feels during everyday use. That said, not everyone is convinced yet. Some early images of the Pura 80 Ultra showed what looked like a large camera bump, and fans were quick to compare it to the Pura 70 Ultra. It raised doubts about whether the phone would actually be thinner. But more recent leaks suggest those early photos might not reflect the final version of the phone.